Hello there, welcome in to the latest edition of the SAU Men's Basketball Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gagos, joined alongside head men's basketball coach Andy Sharpe. And Coach, glad to have you back here. I know you and your players maybe a little bit tired at this point. Played essentially 3 games in 5 days with the incorporation of what was billed as Rivalry Monday. Your closest rival game for us, it was Arkansas-Monticello. But everybody played their rival this past Monday. Again, you guys played Monticello, but that meant you played last Thursday, last Saturday, and last Monday, all in conference play. Despite that, your team comes away 3-0, so obviously a very positive outcome for you guys in that respect. First off, that Thursday game was a home game against Henderson, and then you go to Tech, pick up a win at Tech for the first time in 9 years there. Remain on the road at Monticello, also a tough place to play. Needed overtime, but you come away with the win. Talk about those 3 games just a little bit as a whole.
As a whole, we knew a 3-game week, and the stretch we're in right now is our toughest stretch of the year by far. This first time through around in conference play, we only play 4 home games. So in February, hopefully we're still standing by February, and we'll get to enjoy being at home 7 times in that 11-game stretch. So everybody's doing it. We just got to roll our sleeves up and pull our boots up and keep moving. It's a tough grind. There's no doubt about it. We for the Henderson game, we were really excited for an opportunity to. We lost to SWASU and Northwestern at home early on, and so we wanted to get our first home win in conference play. So we played really well in the first half, and then as well as we played just that poorly in the second half. Henderson stayed in there and made it a game, and fortunately for us, our guys were able to make enough plays down the stretch. We actually lost the lead at one point and made some plays to put that game away. And any win at this point, you're just trying to keep moving. We focused immediately on Tech and trying to go up to Tech and have a good showing. We knew Tech was kind of faltering a little bit. They were juggling their lineup a little bit, so we were hoping that we were going to catch them at a good time, and we had started to get things rolling a little bit at that point, and played well. Guys executed, made some big plays down the stretch, and had nothing to do with anything we had practiced or called a play call or anything like that. Our guys just made basketball plays, and inside the last media timeout, players make plays, and there's not a whole lot of scheming. There is, but it's just who wants it the most is going to come out of this, and we forced several turnovers down the stretch and got a bunch of loose balls and made a bunch of free throws, and those plays just, able to salt away and win like that was really big. And after that game, we're immediately on the way home. I'm watching film on Monticello, so trying to figure out what we're trying to do over there and try and keep it moving and trying to keep things as light as possible. And really, at that point, I'm trying to just stay out of the way and not screw things up, and kind of keep the momentum flowing. And for the first time, we looked a little tired at Monticello, and I remember leaning over to DA and saying, "Man, I just don't know if we have it tonight." We just looked a little sluggish. We were out of sync, turned it over a lot, and second half was a different story. Our kids came out and they were really determined, and they realized what was on the line and made some plays. I think we made 17 more field goals than Monticello did, but they made a ton of free throws. The disparity in the free throws was kind of disappointing to try and encourage our guys to keep playing through things, and we were able to pull it out. Made some big plays in overtime to win that game. So we're really just trying to keep things moving and keep things light. We've got everybody healthy right now, and we're honestly not trying to screw that up in practice, to be honest with you. We're trying to keep everybody as fresh and as light as possible, getting a lot of treatment, and trying to watch a lot of film on Harding, because they present a whole new crop of issues we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, looking ahead, you mentioned Harding. They come to town this Thursday, expecting a big crowd. These 3 games that we just talked about, part of a 5-game winning streak for you and your team, all of them coming since the calendar turned to 2016. So obviously getting that break right around Christmas. Didn't play any games over Christmas break, which is not typical for you over the past few years. But has it been that beneficial, you think, to kind of allow maybe yourself and your players to get away, disengage from the game of basketball a little bit? Because obviously you've come back with a renewed focus.
Yeah, it's really good. And I'll keep alluding to our schedule. Going up to Quincy was great. You know, we didn't win either game, but it allowed Denarius to get into the flow. It allowed us to move CJ to the point and Jerron off the ball. It allowed us to experiment with some things in you know, we wanted to win, but they weren't like must-win games, you know, like conference games. So we were able to juggle some things around and really experiment, and that allowed our guys to get used to Denarius and Denarius to get used to them in game situations, and that really set the stage. You know, leaving that locker room up there in Quincy, I told the guys, and they all felt it. I said, guys, we're gonna be something special in 2016. You know, we just got to stay together and believe in what we're doing. And to their credit, you know, they're staying in the fight, you know, and they're giving themselves an opportunity to reap some awards here in 2016. So giving them that break to go home and kind of recharge their batteries and just giving them time to kind of distance themselves and was really good. It's good for me. I mean, we all need a break from each other. It's such a long season. So now we're kind of rolling right now a little bit. You know, basketball is fun. You know, everything's great when you win, you know, so we're just trying to keep the mojo the same and not deviate too much from our schedule right now.
You know, again, Harding coming up first and foremost. Next 3 games, not to look too far ahead, but if you look at the standings during this 5-game winning streak, all of them in conference play, your team has been able to elevate themselves within the conference standings as a result. The teams coming up that you're going to play against are all above you right now. Not that they're out of reach, but they're just ahead of you. So how important do you think that this upcoming stretch is going to be for your team, knowing that, you know, the next 2 games you'll have played everybody in conference, roll back around and play them a second time? Is there anything that you're expecting, looking forward to within this?
It's just another opportunity. You know, our kids fought like crazy to put ourselves in this position, and I'm sure there were a lot of doubters and people that left us for dead when they saw us lose 2 at home early and go up to Quincy and get blown out of the first game, and all of a sudden you're on a 4-game skid, and you know the bandwagon was empty at that point. And our kids, we talked about just keeping our circle tight, and we're still talking about it. You know, tune out all the distractions, all the people around you. The ones that matter are in the uniform, and we got to continue to keep it tight and just focus on what we do, try and control what we can, and you know. We're just glad that we have another opportunity tomorrow to face Harding. You know, they ended our season last year, and they're obviously playing really well right now. They made 19 threes against Arkansas Tech. I mean, they present a whole new crop of problems, but that's the reason we went up to Quincy and played Truman State. They're a lot like Harding, so we've played a team like that already. And you know, so the next 3 games are just the next 3 games, and we've got to continue to do what we do and not lose sight of who we are and how we got to this point.
Appreciate it very much for your time. Again, that's head men's basketball coach Andy Sharpe. He and his Mule Riders back at home this Thursday, taking on Harding University in Great American Conference play. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Be sure to check MuleRiderAthletics.com for all your pre- and post-game coverage. Coach, appreciate it and best of luck.
Thanks, Daniel.